Hello, everybody. Welcome back to part two. We have had dinner. We have cleaned up. I've gotten myself some dessert. I've moved the cameras around. You may be saying, Aaron, why are you wearing a mask? You're inside. Well, I'm wearing a mask because I'm airbrushing. And actually, N95 masks are what is recommended for paint. Um, I do have quite a few things to airbrush, and I don't want to destroy everybody's ears with the airbrush. So I'm going to explain what I'm airbrushing, and then I'm going to mute myself, and Big Aaron is going to take over talking until I change. But just to let you know, my base color is miniature airbrush uh, moss, whatever, purple, and I mix it down with a little bit of airbrush medium. And then I have a pre-mix color for my Zenithal highlight, which hopefully will be enough to highlight this one walker and this one tank, because that's um and the troops, right? So hopefully it'll be enough to do all that. Otherwise, I have to mix it. But there's only what, 8 troops, so that's not too bad. Then I need to make a custom airbrush color out of Sotek green so that I can airbrush the top of my tanks and the guns. And we'll see how that goes, because I usually don't make my own airbrush stuff. So I'm going to get started with that. I have this side camera going for the airbrush. I'm not a great person. I'm not great at airbrushing. Um,
You're a
and
great person, but you aren't
I,
great
I,
at brushing.
I'm disappointed in the lack of waifu on your tank. Listen, my tank's not done. My tank's not done. Okay? It's not done yet. So I'm not I don't airbrush very often, so I might mess this up, and I hope I don't, but it's a possibility.
I don't think you're going to. I
All
have
right,
faith. Just
here we
take your
go.
time. Don't
Ready?
overspray.
Oh, also I wear glasses. By the way, last thing, my normal airbrush setup is up there. You can't see it. Maybe you can see it actually. If I turn this off, nope, you can't see it. So this room is a closet, and it is adjacent to the bathroom, and it was designed so that you could actually have a master bathroom down here. So that block up there actually attaches to the bathroom fan. So I have that attached to the bathroom fan. Normally what I do is I put a fan here in my door, I open the window over there, I turn the bathroom fan, which sucks up air that way, and then I have the bathroom window open, and I wear a mask when I'm airbrushing down here. But because we are on live stream, and I'm not going to be airbrushing for hours, I'm just going to be using the mask and safety glasses. And if at any point in time I feel like the fumes are too much, then I'm just going to stop and we're going to move on, because you got to be safe when you use the airbrush.
Definitely got to be safe. Aaron's getting all suited up there. Got the safety glasses.
Oh, and I don't have any rubber gloves. I normally wear rubber gloves, but all of those have been sent up to the front door for cleaning packages. So some things take priority, and right now that is not dying from COVID. Maybe I hid one glove. Did I hide one glove? I did. I hid
I've
one
been
glove.
reusing the same glove over and over again myself.
All right, I got one rubber glove. All right, Aaron, bend over.
No thanks. It's not that time of year.
It's always that time of year. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna mute myself and take it away. By the way, we can see what you're working on really well. You have a really good angle.
Yeah. All right. Good
All
to
right,
hear.
talk to you in a
All
few.
right. Best of luck, man. All right. So I'm just cleaning up my airbrush here. I'm not going to do any airbrushing on what I'm working on tonight. But what I am going to work on is I just primed all these Caradron overlords. Oh, yeah. I did it in the Wraithbone. It's a GW airbrush paint. I like that because it's great for a nice base for contrast paint. Not going to be using contrast paint on these guys. I'm going to be doing them as ghost sky pirates. They are going to be floating over water though, and docks to kind of sell it a little bit more because they're pirates and all. But I'm going to be using the GW Citadel Technical Night Haunt Gloom. It's kind of the grayish bluish green paint. I'm going to be slathering all over these fools. I realized I was going to do green, but the Hexwraith Flame, I was playing around with it a month or two ago and accidentally spilled like 3/4 of the bottle. So I don't have enough to do all these, I know. I might do the bottom parts of the ghosts with the green and the top parts with the blue because there is going to be blue water. So I want there to be some sort of separation because otherwise it's going to be blue ghosts on blue water and you're not going to really be able to tell what's going on. So I figure like if there's some green at the bottom, it'll help break it up just a little bit. So I'm going to give that a go. So yeah, I think I'm just about all set up. I got my Cool Guys Nation paint gups. I got a metal one just for metal paints because yeah, they so I don't know if you've ever noticed and if you've ever separated. I got one for just my regular acrylic. If you do your metals, it's usually like after a day or two of settling, it pretty much clears up and the bottom, like all the metals just sink straight to the bottom. It's kind of funny. Whereas the acrylic, it is just one black brownie mess, right? So which reminds me I should probably go change out that water, but I can do that in a little bit because I'm going to start lining up all these dudes so that because I like to have my little assembly line going on, a little sticky to the spray box, but I'm going to get them going, get them all set up. Anyone out there watching, what are you painting tonight? What is your hobby at the moment? Are you playing a video game and listening along? What is going on? Because this is a communal hangout that we decided to do. We just decided to do these because everyone's kind of hanging out alone right now and at home, and it's driving me nuts. I know it's driving Aaron nuts, and it's nice to still have a community. So let's see, Shivan, you're currently playing Ephemeral Stern, but your airbrush clogged, so I'm cleaning that first. Good call on cleaning the airbrush. Man, I was doing some of my black priming earlier today on the rats that I've also been working on at the same time as my Caradron Overlords. For some reason, my airbrush kept clogging up, and it's really frustrating. I even got out the little bristly things and the little pokey things, and then I started just doing like one or two guys at a time and then using my airbrush cleaner to run through it and then one or two more at a time, and it was still like getting clogged up that I like every like 10 minutes or so I was having to go wash it out. I don't know what's going on because I try and keep it super clean. This one is a Iwata Eclipse that I'm using right now. I also have the Sotar 2020 as well as the Crescendo. Those are by Badger Airbrush. They are one that's based in the US. They have lifetime warranties on everything. Ken Badger, the guy that runs the company, is super nice dude. Always runs stuff at Adepticon. Always usually has great deals while at Adepticon. Highly recommend their airbrushes. My Crescendo, I'm not kidding, folks. I got in the late 90s and it still runs. It's because he has a lifetime warranty. Now, after it was sitting in a box for 10 years, I pulled it out and it just wasn't working right. So I sent it in, and for the price of return shipping, they fixed it up, cleaned it up. And again, like I have an airbrush that I've been using now for more than 20 years from them, and it's still kicking. So I highly suggest checking them out. That's Badger Airbrush. But yeah, so I have the Iwata as well. Usually it's fine. Maybe it was just the airbrush primer that I use because I have two. So I have Stynylrez and I do have the Vallejo. I noticed the Stynylrez is a little bit thicker than the Vallejo, but it holds like a tighter shell, it feels like, on the model when I airbrush it. The Vallejo can sometimes, even if I shake it for a long time, it can go on a little runny. I don't know what the deal is with that. Let's see, Shivan, what's going on here? Oh, you're giving some tips. It usually means the paint is too thick when it does that. Yeah. Tip is to drying, so you need to oil the needle. Ah, I do have oil too. I got it, one or two up there. Good call. I'm gonna oil that needle. There's no euphemisms there, folks. I'm literally gonna go grab my Badger Reg Dab needle juice. I'm not gonna throw on my airbrush right now though. While Aaron is doing his. Otherwise, you guys are just gonna look at us while we're muted. So I'll do that later. But good call, good looking out. I'm going to do that. Let's see. I have the Caradron Overlords. I think that they're supposed to be okay. I don't really know the power level or tier that these folks are in, but They are obviously super shooty and only a little bit on the stabby side. And I wanted to try out a super shooty list for Warcry because pretty much everything else is run forward and smash face, right? So I have lots of builds. As you see, I have plenty of models here to make pretty much any list that I'd want to make. But one of the lists I'm going to make is going to be a cheese list. Hopefully Josh is not listening because I'm going to use this against him next time I play Warcry against him. It uses 4 of these Gatling gun dudes, and they each have like something like 5 or 6 shots apiece. And they are pretty reliable because with as many shots as they have, you get 4 of them. And then the leader, if you use the what are the heavy weapons Arcanaut guys? If I can find the leader around here somewhere, I think this might be him. He's got a special weapon here. That might not be the one, but they're kind of like the heavy weapons dudes. Use him, and you can use his special ability for 3 points, and that's the 3 of a kind for Warcry triples, and you can give everything around you within 6 inches plus 1 attack. So double shots. So then they're shooting, I think, on 6s. Yeah. So I think they're base 5 attacks, shooting on 6s. And that leader, if he is on a within 3 inches of an objective or carrying a treasure, it's plus 2 attacks. So you can get them up to ridiculously high output of attacks that will just shred anything coming in at them. So I got those. I got some of the floaty guys, really because everything else. I mean, they have little legs. They barely have legs. I mean, so they move like 4, I think. So you need some of the blimpy dudes to be able to get around. And there's only really a couple blimpy dudes, but I got 6 total of them in a box set that was them and Zinch that came out not too long ago that I forget the name of. That's where I got most of my Zinch models for my demons. So I was like, I'll build why not? Caradron Overlords are kind of cool, but I'm gonna start shaking up the Nighthawk Loom here. I need to open up the wet palette. Can you guys believe that Aaron doesn't use a wet palette still? I mean, he's a noob sometimes, but what can you do? His army's going to be really cool. I think he's going to get it all nice and purpley. Looks like he's got at least it looks like the loader, right? The Invictus Warsuit, I think it's called, that he's airbrushing right now. It totally looks like the loader from Aliens that was used to rip the aliens apart at the end, right? Kind of looks like that to me. I need a bigger brush. Oh my goodness. Let's get a real big brush here. Let's see. What is this? Oh, it's a Winsor Newton. Oh, well, I don't know if I want to use a Winsor Newton for this. I'll tear this up because I'm going to be slopping some stuff on. This is, nope, this is really dead. This is like a 30-year-old Winsor Newton. That's horsehair. It's gone. What big brush should I use? Oh, here we go. This is good. No name blue. Can't go wrong with that. All right, a little hook tip, but what does that matter, right? Giving it all, that's the wrong paint. Shaking up the wrong paint. And I also find lighter colors like white or ivory getting chalky at the tip faster. Yeah, I noticed that white is one of those weird colors, right? I keep an old toothbrush to clear it off every few seconds when I use it whites and light colors while I airbrush. Yeah, so I hear you. I have one of the little kits for the airbrush that has like all sorts of like bristly things, and in this tube there's a really tiny thin pick that you can use to like pick out that little that super narrow compartment at the tip. But yeah, I don't know what it is. I think just this black was too thick. Pretty sure that's what it is. But yeah, white is weird. Sometimes white will just be going on fine, and then all of a sudden starts looking like a whitewash. It's just not my preferred favorite. Actually, I can probably do this right out of the pot, huh? Yeah, why not? I don't need to put a whole bunch on there, and I'm not going to thin this down anymore. Let's just see. Let's do a test of Rooney. Let's get one of these little noobs. All right. All right, buddy. You are going to get a whole bunch of this on you. I wonder if I should have done do a solid coat on these, uh, like a varnish, like a gloss varnish. Probably would make this all seep into the crevices a lot easier, but it's going on okay. It's not super light. I could probably thin it down a little bit with some flow improver. It's going on all right. Let's see. I don't know if I just get some of this and wash it, water it down. I have a feeling whatever the science behind this stuff probably doesn't work as well with water. It's probably some sort of retardant. That's what I found with the contrast. It's not really water in there. It seems like some sort of slurry of retardant and flow improver, or who knows what else. And it's weird because it's clear that uh, the what they use in each one, the ratios is not the same because some of those just do not flow the same. Some of them are kind of like jelly, and some of them kind of just flow everywhere. And some of them, like the purples, are awful in my opinion. But the browns are amazing in most cases. The skin colors, the skin tones are super, super good in my opinion. And some of the blues to greens, the acrylic green that is actually a blue, that is by far my favorite. And the white and black, like honestly, such a sheet. They're good. I like them. I think that they're good if you just want to get stuff done. Normally, I am a take my time, paint to super high level, or at least try to. I'm not a world class painter by any means, painter, but I just want to get as much as I can done right now. And I figured, what's better for either getting rid of a backlog or cutting it down, or having gray plastic just because you're waiting to get to it. And the speed I paint, probably not going to get to it for a long time. So, what do you folks think? Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. He's pretty blue. My thought is do red eyes, maybe. Make them look really mean, spooky like. And then the weapons and some of the metally bits, I'm gonna make them all rusty because they're pirates, right? And you think of like ghost pirates, thanks to Johnny Depp's pirates, um, blue and rusty stuff, right? But what I thought would be cool is since they are going to a lot of them be on ground, like the ground and base is going to be colored, right? And it's going to be painted. And so I'm going to try and use a lot warmer tones on the woods and like some greens on there to get that algae stuff going on. Let's see. By the way, could you guys email me the Discord link or something? Patreon still hasn't sent me one. Shivan, I will have Aaron do that as soon as he gets back online because talking to the wrong guy, pal.
Yes, there's been some sort of weird thing happening with that. It happened with our last Patreon person as well. Um, Not sure why, but I will personally invite you.
Personally. All right.
I will have to send a personal invite. Um, Sorry.
Sorry. You should be sorry for interrupting and letting Shivan know that he's going to get you in. Anywho, so before I was rudely interrupted by Aaron and his shenanigans, I think I'm going to paint the bases, try and make them vibrant. I'm going to make I'm going to do the water effects, try and make them really feel like they're kind of alive. Like, I want that contrast there, even though I'm speeding through these guys, and they're going to be just the bluish, whitish spookiness. And I forgot that I was going to maybe do the little bit of the Hex Wraith Flame. Let me try that on this guy. Let me see what I can do. Actually, I already kind of painted his boots. Well, let's see. That's the nice thing about contrasts. Well, these aren't contrasts, but kind of flow well together. Again, in most cases, I think it's kind of cool. At least they tried. Hopefully, they'll do contrast 2.0. I'd like to see that. But I'm sure they'll just kind of slowly improve and change stuff in and out, just like they have with their paints for a very long time. Right? There are paints that are no longer available, and there's some that just don't even have an equivalent anymore. Like what was it? I think there was a red that was really solid. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, so let's give that a try and see. I'm just getting everything. It's got his gun little bits that are next to his belly that are difficult to get to. Don't want to miss some shoulders, tubey bits for around the neck. Get that belly. All right. Okay. So, oh, don't put it in the middle. Quickly shake up the Hex-Ray Flame. Uh-oh. Shivan is going to flood the Discord with weeb trash. All right. Well, we'll give Aaron some inspiration. I'm sure he'll enjoy it. All right. Let's see. A little Hex-Ray Flame at the bottom. See if it gives them spooky boots. Spooky boots, getting some green in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to slap it on real fast, wet my brush, use the water in my brush to quickly blend and feather the greens around. See how that works. All right. Quickly rinse, dab it off. Now just feather the ridge where the blue meets the green. Man, Josh would be so proud of me right now. He'd be like, yeah, paint them as fast as you can. Get them done. Josh's spirit. All right. One leg is way greener than the other one. Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Oh, maybe I just need a little bit more green, huh? All right, there we go. Now we're getting that green action. Oh, he's looking green. Green around the feet. Then it's on green jeans. Oh. Wasn't it Irish? I don't remember. Okay. Yeah, I think it's Irish. All right. So, opinions, folks. Let's see. He's got, oh, it's tough to see. He's got green around the feet to the knees, and then he's blue up top. This, maybe it'll get a little distinguishing, or is it just not even really enough? Maybe I need to bring it up higher. So, or maybe I just kind of need to splotch it in different areas. Maybe let me give that a shot and just kind of see if like that makes it a little different, ephemeral sort of look, ethereal. Let's just see. Let's play around. Huh?
You're on full screen now.
Oh, okay, cool. So, let me see. I'm just dabbing it around here now. Just dabbing it. Dabby. I'll put some back over here. Why is it? Oh, weird. Okay, so now it's really the green really thins more than the blue. And wherever I put the green on top of the blue, that area starts to suddenly become like really transparent. Like the blue, oh man, I wish you guys can see this, but where it is green, you can see like there's clearly white ridges there. Sorry, I have to smash this against my finger here, my hand. But the blue is pretty dark and persistent all over. So green, look at the feet. You can see a lot of white there, right? And that's with a slathering of green. Look, you can see it pooling at his feet. But the blue, pretty thick, right? Okay. So I don't know what I like here. I don't like the blue and the green together. Blue body with green arms. Just go all blue and just worry about the base and how I'm going to paint that differently. Gosh, guys, I can't really decide what I want to do with this. Kind of, I see, I really know I'm not going to have enough green to do all of them. I kind of want them all to be green instead of blue. But I know, I don't have enough. I'm going to chance it. I'm going to get like 60% of the way through, maybe half of the way through, and then I'm just going to be out. of the green, and I won't be able to get green to paint them all right now. So I'm just gonna paint them all blue. Let's just do it, huh? Just get them done. I mean, if I stop dilly dallying, I might be able to get all these done tonight. Let's see. All right. So
Stop
smearing the blue.
dilly dallying.
I'm trying to make important decisions here. This is once I paint these guys, it's on. Like I can't go back then. There's no going back. Forward only. Keep going back to things, you're never going to get new stuff done. And I got plenty of new stuff to do. So, all right. He's slathered. Fully slathered. Whoop. Missed a spot. There we go. Now fully slathered. 2 done. Okay. Pick up the pace. Is what Aaron should have said 5 hours ago. But got number 3 on. Smear. Oh, how much more do you have to go, Aaron? I thought it was just going to take you a couple minutes. You spraying everything?
I am done with the dark purple.
Oh, okay.
So,
On everything?
On everything. So now I gotta let that dry. I need to clean out my airbrush, and
Okay.
I need to make the light pink for the Xanoth. And then I have to try to make this blue so that I don't have to hand paint a whole bunch of guns. But if I can't make the blue, then I'm gonna have to hand paint a whole bunch of guns. So I'm gonna leave it on you, and I'm gonna go clean my airbrush and prep for the next color.
All right. Sounds good. So, should time myself to see how long it takes me to do one of these guys. But I mean, I'm not going through that many. It's what? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. About 25 dudes in total. It's not that bad. I can get them done tonight. Let's get them done. All right. See if I can crank out an entire war band in one night. Oh my gosh. I'm going to be up until the crack of dawn like Aaron, getting all these done. So, in good news, I got Invictus boxes myself. I got 2, which I'm super stoked about. I can't wait. I am going to be doing the Necron thing. I guess I was talking to a buddy last night. I guess I just love attrition because I love Death Guard. I love Necrons. But maybe it's not really that I love attrition because I really do kind of want like a blast you in the face, like Tau shooty army, just because for the funds. Like I kind of really want to do just like a 2,000 point, like just balls to the walls, all super shooty, try and take you out right at the beginning of the game and laugh in your face with all the free Overwatch that I got now. Right. So that sounds pretty cool. But I mean, Necrons just look cool. I think. I mean, their new models, every single one of them is, let's just be honest, they're super dope. They're super dope killer robots. The new videos for the Void Dragon, oh come on, that is so cool looking. The Lord of Silence, is that the dude's name? That is like a whole little diorama thing going on there. You got multiple dudes hanging out there. I think is that the one where he's like making a Satan or Shatan or Seaton or however you pronounce it. The green guys that I thought that they were gods, but then the Necrons were like, nah, dog, we got you now. So yeah, I don't know what the deal is with those guys because shouldn't they be like way more powerful than Necrons just by like nature? And shouldn't like one be able to get free and be like, I'm gonna bust my buddies out, and it's like all out war? I think that's what would happen, but maybe not. Maybe they're useless against tin cans. Like tin cans are resistant to the Stan. I don't know what's going on there. But anyways, that new model looks super cool. So I might end up with like a Necron army pretty soon. So, and I'm trying to look for like options like what Josh is doing, but not what Josh is doing because I don't want to copycat Josh. He is doing, if you haven't heard, Josh is doing Necrons. If you've ever not seen his old Necrons that he's had for a while, they are junkyard. They're rusty tin cans, and they look super cool. And I think it makes even more sense now that there are beaten up Necrons, right? Because before they never really got to that point. They would just blow themselves up and they would send their brain, spirit, whatever memories back to homeworld, jump into another suit, and carry on their ways. But now, I guess it doesn't seem like that's working out as well for them. Maybe they've done it too many times, and now they are kind of busted up and they got the bullet holes in them and they're having to live in them a little bit longer and stuff like that. So
Are you talking trash on Josh?
no, no, not at all. I'm talking about his color scheme and why I think it makes even more sense now with the new models that totally look like destroyed Necrons.
I was hoping we were talking trash on Josh.
No, I think it's a super cool color scheme. Now, if I will say anything, because as long as I've known Josh, he's used this exact same junkyard, rusty tin can, super cheap paint job on multiple things. He did it for, what is it, Convergence and War Machine. He did it for that army, all total tin cans, all rusty. I mean, again, it looks good. Like if it's a metal model, like making it all rusty and it looks like it's been around in the battle for a while makes it kind of seem like it's also a little bit more hardcore. It's old. It's like a grognard robot. But yeah, so I don't want to do that. I really love the idea of doing like a bright blue, something with a little green, like an aqua maybe, color with little, maybe the metal joints, maybe black and aqua. I think that would be kind of cool. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I'm gonna give it a shot though because got my Indominus boxes coming to me. Feel like there's some other super cool models that I'm gonna wanna just pick up. And I probably will end up doing it. And I do want to make it easy on myself. I don't want to make it an army that I'm going to be spending years painting. I want to paint it up fast. So I don't know. Do you all get your Indominus boxes? Aaron got his, which means Josh got his. I got mine. That's the big news today. Was there anything else cool that came out? I think the surprise thing was those tiles for the terrain, or not terrain, but like they're not mats, but I don't know, were they cardboard or were they plastic? I couldn't really tell if they were like 2-dimensional or if they had like some tooth and texture, if they're 3-dimensional.
Wait, what are you talking about?
So one of the things that got pre-ordered today, or went on pre-order today, were these boards for playing, and one of them is the proper size for Kill Team, and two, or the 500 or 1,000 point game.
Oh, really?
Together, and then it's made for the 2,000 or 3,000 point games. And they're double-sided. One of them is just like black rubble, and the other is Mars pattern, and it's all red and stuff like that.
Interesting.
So, yeah, and I think, how much were they? I think together they would be like $120. Just a lot more than like going and getting a mat from Table Wars. So yeah, I don't know. And if it's just cardboard,
I definitely did not order that.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to see like if it's plastic.
Unless
like,
if it's in the bundle, then I
no. It's I don't think it's gonna be like it's in like an Uber bundle. Like I think one is like $60 on its own, possibly. Don't quote me on that, but I don't know. There's that.
Are they paper? Are they cardboard?
That's, I just don't know. I couldn't find out. I read through it. I didn't see if it was plastic or if it was cardboard, and that makes the world a difference. If it's just a cardboard board, screw that. I'm not. No, I'm not gonna play with my awesome expensive minis on a piece of paper. No thanks. I could go paint a box that I get from Amazon, and it doesn't mean that I'm gonna have fun playing on it. So. But if it's plastic and it's got a little tooth, it's got maybe a little grit even just on it. Like it doesn't have to have like everything 3D because it is double-sided. So you can understand, and that what makes me concerned that it might just be cardboard. So it's double-sided. They don't want it to slide around on the table, which means that
it's probably identical to the Kill Team boards, wouldn't you think?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Cardstock.
Yeah, because I have some of those. And they're all right. And I mean, if they're a good base with like building everything else up on top of, but they're definitely not $60 worthy for one of those boards. You know, like that seems
Uh-oh.
excessive.
Look, one of Adam's project pieces got stuck to my...
Yeah. Was it Adam's 40K?
No, it's Adam's, what is this paper called? Craft paper?
Yeah.
He was doing a craft project, and it got stuck to my guy. Well, both purpley pinks are done.
Wow. Nice.
Which means I gotta wash my brush one more time and try to make this blue.
All right.
And
Cranking along.
You might have to talk me through how to take a GW paint that's not an airbrush paint and turn it into an airbrush paint.
Okay.
I assume it's mixing it 1-to-1 with airbrush medium and thinner.
Start from there and then thin out if you need it. Yep. Do you have any little tiny cups
I
to mix?
Usually I use dropper bottles like this.
Yeah, no. Do you have like do you have any of those little cups like you use when you drink Dimetapp or like cough syrup? Like something like that would be ideal, because I'm going to tell you, don't mix it in the airbrush cup. You're going to want to mix it in something else.
Yeah, just in case I mess it up.
Yeah.
All right, well, let me go find a cup.
All right.
And I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, I find when you're trying to make a really specific consistency, don't do it in the little airbrush cup. Make your own. Make a little extra. Start somewhere, like start like in the middle, like a 1-to-1, and then go from there. They always say like for airbrush, you should have it the consistency of milk. But I drink oat milk, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. So what I do is I dip my brush into the cup, and then I just kind of run it up the side. And if it dribbles down without leaving residue, I think that is perfect, or it could be too thin. Now if it just like runs down like you just have water in it, and it doesn't have any sort of like stick togetheriness, just a little bit, like what the binder and everything is doing in the acrylic paints, then you're probably too thin, and then you're going to spray. It's going to spider web all over the place, and then you're going to get angry, and then you're going to go do something or make another mistake, or it's not going to be good. So do it in a cup, figure it out there, see if it's what you like, pour a tiny bit in, try it out, spray it, then change. You don't have to do everything all at once. It's never going to just be perfect on the first go. So if you accept that, then you're going to probably do a lot better just by going slow. At least that's been my motto. Take things slow. And I'm happy with things. Don't get stressed out. Aaron might need another haircut here pretty soon. Starting to get pretty scruffy. Oh, look at the back. Look at how much hair he's got back there. Oh, man. He totally needs to give himself another cut. What do you think? Probably looking, well, pretty good, huh? I'm pretty fresh. Looking like it's no big thing. I'm not Grizzly Adams. That's a good thing. Probably. Maybe. Don't know what my girlfriend would say. But, anywho, what do I got done? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, well, this is the 8th. Let's get him done. Man,
all right. I'm back.
Oh, hey, you're back. What's going on?
So
I said not talking about you.
Cool. I sacrificed one of my custom wash tin little cups, which was really funny because it separated so much that it looked like it was black wash. And I dumped it out, and then all of a sudden it turned bright yellow. And I was like, oh yeah, that was a brown wash, and all the yellow settled to the bottom.
That's funny.
It was kind of like a crazy magic trick. So I got a little cup for that.
Yeah.
I have my Sotec green.
Nice. That's a nice green.
Yeah. I have an eyedropper. So what are we saying? 1-to-1 start? Should we start 1-to-1?
Yeah, totally start 1-to-1.
All right.
Now, When I say 1 to 1, all right. So what's your goal here with it first before you start putting stuff in there? What do you want it to look like? What sort of effect is this going to be? A glow effect?
Just flat, full coverage.
Flat full coverage. Okay. Yes. Then do 1 to 1. What's the base coat underneath? Is it your purple?
Just, just look. It is. It's good. No,
Oh.
it is the base coat.
Oh, okay. And you want to replicate that? Is that what you're saying?
This I hand painted, and it looks fine
Uh-huh.
on camera. But when you look
Yeah.
at it from far away, you see all the brush lines. So I just want to airbrush the top of the gun.
Okay. You have a little like airbrush slurry, don't you? It's like
Airbrush slurry?
no. Okay.
What's
Um,
airbrush slurry?
So
I have airbrush medium. I have airbrush thinner.
okay. So I make little airbrush gumbos, which is basically I put in airbrush medium with a little bit of flow improver and a little bit of water. It's probably like half airbrush medium and then a drop of the flow improver in that.
I have flow improver.
Yeah. Well, that's just what I do. So, I mean, I was just asking like what sort of medium you were going to use to thin it down with. If it was going to be water, if it was going to be
Well,
airbrush medium.
airbrush medium.
Okay. Yeah.
Airbrush
So
medium,
I would say 1 to 1.
airbrush thinner.
Yep.
And then I have flow improver and I have water.
Okay. Good. So yeah, just start 50-50 with the airbrush medium, I would say. And then I would, just to make things run a little smoother, just a drippy drop of the flow improver. But not too much because you don't want it to spider.
I don't want it to spider. I hate spiders.
So don't do it. Just
Dude,
enough.
I killed the fastest spider the other night. He looked so slow and then he got so fast.
Oh yeah. What type of spider was it?
I don't know. It was brown and fast and it made me angry.
Yeah.
Made me angry that it was alive.
Yeah, you would have not have liked Arizona. I'm sure of it. So in Arizona, when I lived there for 10 years. There were multiple cases of tarantulas that I had to deal with. Not inside the home, but right outside and then by the pool.
I dealt with so many tarantulas in Texas. Hate tarantulas.
I had a lot of others. Did see like brown recluses or recluses or whatever. Those were somewhat abundant out there, unfortunately. But had also to deal with scorpions. My mom got stung by a scorpion. Thankfully, it wasn't too bad, but her index finger where it got stung and the pointer finger next to it or whatever couldn't feel. It was just numb for about 6 months, I guess, according to her. So
Wow.
yeah, but I had to hunt them in a home. That's when I learned that scorpions run around in a little flying bee in a little packs of 3 to 5. That was really scary because like that's more hunting skills that I want a scorpion to have. I always thought that they were loners and they would like mess something up, but like scorpion gangs, nah, thanks.
I
Nah,
don't-
burn it all down.
I don't know if you can say that on camera, but it looks so good. It looks so good.
Yeah. All right. Good. Now get that
Okay.
rest done.
All right, I'm doing the rest in the pot. So sorry.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm mixing the rest in the pot.
Oh, okay. Well, if you got the right consistency that you like, then just dump her on in and get to town. Go to town.
My trick is when I mix in the pot,
Uh-huh.
I always start with airbrush medium on the bottom, and then I put in a drop of flow improver,
Uh-huh.
and then I put in my paint and I start mixing it. That way you don't get any globs of paint in the bottom that cause a clog, because you have the medium and the flow improver right there in the bottom
I hear it. That is
first.
a very good plan, good call. I do the same. I've noticed that the same. Like you don't get that big glob down at the bottom, and you can't mix it because then it falls to the bottom and it's around the needle already. And
Yep.
no matter what you push in there to mix it all up, it's just not gonna do it.
It just doesn't work anymore. Yeah. It
Uh-huh.
just doesn't work.
Yep. And then I don't know if you or anyone else out there. Some people say you should not be doing it. One of those people is Ken Badger, so I should probably listen to that guy.
Should not be doing what?
Doing the backwash. Do you know what that is?
I
Where you
don't.
put your finger over the tip and then try and spray, and it's going to backwash into the cup, and you can do that
Oh God,
for a couple
why would you do that?
to quickly mix things in your pot because
Oh,
wash back.
ow.
Or when you're also, if you're just like trying to get a lot done and you're just putting a little airbrush cleaner in there between, some shots, you can do that same. It'll just kind of backwash into the cup a little bit to help wash it. But I think that makes the potential for it to backwash further back up where the needle sits and where no paint usually gets. So that's probably not good. I don't know if I've actually ever had that problem because
I think I've accidentally done that, but I don't think I've ever intentionally done
yeah,
that.
there's airbrush painters that are like they do it all the time and it saves them a lot of time and they love doing it. And there's others that are like, no, you shouldn't do that. It can screw up your.
By the way,
So
also don't use Windex.
I don't. Yeah, I mean,
A lot of people are like, use Windex. Like, yeah, Windex has alcohol in it, it has thinners, and it has a lot of similar things, but it also has a lot of other chemicals, including blue dye. People, including blue dye.
yeah. What is? What I would rather just use some water. Just give me some water.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
I like these little dropper bottles. Usually I have more of them, and I'll just mix a color in the dropper bottle, and I can shake it up. Like the pink that I use for the highlight, I made this in January.
Nice.
And all I had to do was shake it up. I did one test drop and one test spray, and it was perfect.
Now, do you think you can replicate that?
Yeah, because I have the color. Because well, first of all, I wrote it down, but it was also just a 50-50 of the white and the purple, and then airbrush medium. So
Oh,
it wasn't complicated.
yeah. All right. Well, that's good.
But I do tend to write down my stuff.
That's good.
Oops, I forgot.
I don't do that enough, and I really should.
The other nice thing is that because it's in that dropper bottle, I can see the color. You know what I mean? And I can see what the color looks like wet because it's not dry.
Okay. Man, thank goodness. The bad part about squats is they're so tiny, and trying to get between their legs, underneath their gun, where their belly is, and all places.
I feel like there's a gamer joke in there, like, you know what's the bad thing about squats? Like, the next day my legs hurt so much.
Oh my goodness.
But not for us.
Oh my goodness.
We don't have. Oh man, I really thought I made enough in the pot for both guns, but I didn't.
And you didn't. Now you gotta make more.
Oh, I gotta make more.
But now 50-50 is just fine. So throw in some of your medium into the cup and squirt a little bit of your paint in there and go to town. Making some good progress. Seems like you caught up almost in some ways since you started airbrushing.
What do you mean caught up?
Well, it seemed like it was taking a long time building everything. And now you've already gotten several coats of airbrush down.
Yeah, but I like all of the detail work, going back through and painting all the gunmetal and all the details, and like.
I understand.
It's gonna take some time.
It will. But
It's gonna take some time.
it's good to get a good chunk, one of the phases accomplished quickly.
I mean, it's 9:17.
Okay.
One of the tanks is already almost done. Honestly, like, I'm not doing a whole lot of detail. I'm letting this airbrush work and this Xanath highlight with the light
Zenithal?
paint, Zenithal highlight, do the work for me. You know what I mean? I'm not doing washes and layering and wet blending, and like, I'm very much letting the dry brush do the majority of the work.
The airbrush.
The airbrush, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, that's a good call. So I learned from, and Aaron, I know you know this, but I'm going to share it because it's kind of relevant, I feel. The way that I normally prime and zenithal and prep my model before I even put on color onto it, I will do the standard black prime. And then I'll put on a good coat for zenithal. Get that, really try and get it dynamic, a little heavy. I take it up to 11 for what a Zenithal should be, right?
Of 10.
Then, right, of 10, yes. And then I wash it black. Whole thing, just wash it black. What that does then, so if you Zenithal, you'll notice that some cracks and crevices where there should be shadows get just completely washed out. Probably seen that. And so when you wash it black, that cuts back in all those shadows where there should be, even though it's Zenithal highlight. You do it all over, okay? But then now you kind of brought it back down a little bit though, because you did the wash all over the place, right? So then I take a white and I dry brush straight down on the model, straight down all around, dry brush white, and then I have all the highlights detailed picked out. I have the shadows cut in nice and deep, and then I have that perfect background gradient from the Zenithal. That's before I put any sort of actual colored paint on the model. So now why do I do that? Because it seems like an awful lot of work. But then when I go to start airbrushing color in, or I start going to put color on in the model, I can pretty much just glaze. And I just find the color that I want and I glaze it on, and it looks really, really, really good. And it is actually a huge time saver. Now, it doesn't mean that like that is just the end all be all, and that's the only coat you need to do and one and done. No, and I'm only going to do that for models that I care more about, that I'm actually going to go in and do a lot of painting instead of just smushing acrylics around like I'm doing right now. But it looks just really cool on its own. I was thinking about doing like a Nighthaunt army that was just kind of like that, or some army that was just monotone, just black and white, shades of gray, and just make it look really cool. Actually, I'm gonna pause painting here, and I want to show you folks. Tell me that this, make me all full screen here because people can see this.
I did it.
All right. Okay, so if you can see this, I'm gonna try. This is trying to see. Oh, come on now. Pretty well in focus, I think. So this is one of the Death Guard Rotbringer guys on a drone. You can see this. I hope you folks can. But it is just a perfect like gradient, I feel, on this, that like part of me just wants to like base it and call it done, and then just like have this like black and white on it. But I'm not gonna do that. I really want to paint this dude. This model, by the way, apparently they stink on the tabletop, but this model's so cool. He's got a trident and he's holding a guy by his head, and there's like a tentacle coming out of the guy's mouth, and there's all sorts of little nurglings that are all over it, and the bell dragging through the earth. Man, it's a cool model, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. I'm going to paint that up for Warcry because I don't have any of those painted up for my regular Nurgle army, and they're the only thing that can move at all. I think all the other Nurgle, which by the way, quick rant for Warcry, if you are a fan, the Rotbringers got probably the worst cards out of everything. There's literally, I have them. I have all the models. I've try to build every list I can. There's only 2 lists that you can build with the cards because all the models are super expensive. There's only 5 cards. There's only 1 leader that you can choose. 1 leader, and then there's the bell guy, there's the banner guy, then there is the one guy on fly. Not even a leader for the guy on fly, even though the one I showed you is they just have the regular dude there. And then just a regular old soldier, Blight King. Blight Kings? Yeah. One of the Blight Kings. And, in the box, Blight Kings, I honestly think is one of the best kits. If you do any sort of Nurgle, whether it's Death Guard, 40k, whatever, go buy one of those box sets. It is one of the best boxes for just bits alone out there on the planet. Like, hands down, I'll put money on it. It's just filled with such great bits. And you can make all those models super dynamic. And one of the things you can do is, you can have a guy with dual wielding weapons, or you can have a guy with a weapon and a shield. And in Warcry, normally you have both variants, and if you have the guy with a shield, you have +1 toughness. That's it. Usually one less attack, +1 toughness. Usually the trade-off there. Well, they don't even have that. They don't. It's just they got the picture of both guys on the cards, but it's just one single stat line. I'm like, really? So there's only 2 lists that you can build. One of them is just the leader and 6 other regular guys. So you can take 7, Nurgle's favorite number. And then the other one is you can take the leader, 1 regular guy, 1 of the guys on flies, 2 of the bells, and 1 of the banners. And that comes out to 1,000 points even. So there's really no other list that you can take with them. Unless you go starting to dive into the allies, then there's a couple options that maybe might be decent. Like there's the Dark Oath Queen that I think can give +1 movement, if I'm not mistaken, to her buddies around her. So like that would be good, but she's still kind of expensive. I mean, just no good options. But I have so many warbands now, and I'm gonna have more. I really want to do the fish elves, even though they're elves. I hate elves. I just think that they are snooty. They're better than thou. They're just not cool. There's fewer of them, so they're always so stoic. But they live forever, and they're the best at everything because there's so few of them, and they think that they're better than everyone. So elves can go to hell. So I do want to do the fish ones.
Dude. I was just about to finish, put the last coat on, and I got a stupid clog.
Oh no. Got the clog. Oh man, that's a bummer. Well, go unclog the thing.
I already did. I let you go on your rant, and I left.
My elf rant? Yeah. So I might do the fish elves and then swap their heads with something else. I don't know what.
Is it just the heads that bother you?
Well, because if I change the heads, then they don't look like elves, right? Because what is distinguishable by elves? Stupid freaking faces and ears.
You should put Space Marine heads on them.
That will look dumb. Maybe, what else belongs under the sea?
Fish.
Thanks for the help. Maybe I'll get fish heads. What about lizardmen heads?
Ariel. Just go buy a whole bunch of Ariels.
All right. I'll just go to the Ariel store and ask for, give me 20 Ariels, please. Thank you. See how well that goes over.
Or just go to the studio and steal Josh's. He won't even know. And then you'll just have a done warband.
All right. I'll just go and steal his. No, I want to do my own, damn it. I'll do my own.
I mean, he traded me for an entire army, and then he only used them to make a Warcry warband. So there's literally an entire army's worth.
Good. So
you could just.
I need you to go to the studio. Yeah. And just steal some boxes to make a warband. I mean, that's the thing about Warcry. It's like I only need 2 serpent dudes at most. I don't really know the list. I don't know how much you really need to skew on any of them, but yeah, I mean, that's the thing is I already have. So just building the Skaven. The Skaven were by far the worst trying to get what you need for them because so you're really gonna want some plague monks because they're super point efficient and they tear stuff up even though they're only 75 points. But you don't need a whole box is 20. Uh-oh. Did you screw things up over there?
No, I ran out of stuff and I blew my piece away.
Oh, don't blow your piece away. So you don't need a whole box of plague monks. You only need at most 13, so you can run a leader and 12 other dudes and have that's 1,000 points on the dot if you really wanted to do that. And you need an ogre too because the ogres are super good.
The ogres are the big fat ones, right?
Well, they're the big rats. You got so you got the big rats.
Oh, I was thinking of Ogrin.
What? No. Oh, the Ogrin. So boop 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 boop. Where did it go? I thought I had them all. Right. Aha, they're up here. Okay. And all my shelves closed. All right. So I did the whole same like good Xenotholy thing on this guy. I made it really dynamic, so he's gonna get like some light that's like shooting up this way. It's gonna be fiery, and then he's real dark on the opposite side. So I got him. This dude is just like such a sweet dynamic pose, like model. Like, come on, he's super cool. And then I got the one that was I think originally in
Okay.
Shadespire? No, not Shadespire. What was it called?
No.
Old Warhammer. What is it called? Warhammer Quest. That game. Silvertown. Got him. So I got two of the Ogre guys. I think aren't these the Ogre guys? The Ogre guys. It's like forget. I don't know. But I got those. Those guys I can't wait to paint up because this dude's like 300 points. He's a beast. And he just looks super cool.
I think I'm done airbrushing.
Oh, you're finished airbrushing, huh?
I think so.
I still have like some of this.
Which means I just got to clean the airbrush and reset, and then it's time to go back to regular painting.
Uh-oh.
I might actually be done by midnight.
All right. Let's get it to it. Do it. Oh, man.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
All right, let me go clean my airbrush, and then I'll be right back.
Sounds good. See, I could probably pick up the pace a little bit myself here. Probably. What do you folks think? Yes, I should. All right. I'm just dilly-dallying here. Let's get them going. Because I would love to be able, if I could get all these done tonight too. I don't know. Maybe not. I'll paint all the bases. I don't know. Let's see. I gotta try and amp myself up and have something done when Aaron has something done. Oh, he has been rocking it on his mission. His mission to complete the box sets from 8th Ed before he gets the box sets for 9th Indominus. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really looking forward to seeing what my Death Guard do in 9th edition. 18-inch rapid fire means that they can slog out turn 1, not have to worry about losing a bunch of primary objective points. They can go sit a blob of Plague Marines, which I actually think might be good again, but who knows what they do with points, right? That's the whole thing. It's like, oh man, these guys are going to be great because they can do X, Y, and Z. And then GW, when in a couple weeks, is going to be like, yeah, but that's like 3 times the number of points. So what do you think about that, sucker? You're like, oh man, so why do I have 50, 60 Plague Marines again? Because they definitely didn't need them in 8th edition because you were taking units of 5, if any at all. Now it's just so that you can get plasmas or blight launchers. That's pretty much it. Flails are super good. Flails, I think, are going to be really good in 9th. Let's see. Oh, Shivan, you're blowing things up here. Say just add thinner. That was your suggestion for Aaron and mixing after you mix the paint and drag the paintbrush on the side of the cup of the airbrush. You don't see it stick a little. Okay, that's the exact same thing I do, Shivan. Yeah, you want to take the paintbrush up the cup a little bit now and just kind of see like, oh, is it running right back down? All right, okay, all right, and then yeah, you're getting there. All right. Let's see. Here, the fact that I couldn't get my eyebrows trimmed professionally during lockdown. Ooh, really? Oh, should just do what I do. Do the just whisk them back. Be all glorious with your giant eyebrows. No, mine aren't that bad. They're not getting super wiry yet, I guess. So what you're saying is that you wanted to throw that spider like the time in 1988 when the Undertaker threw mankind off of Hell in a Cell onto the Spanish announcer's table. Hells yes, that's how we want to treat those damn spiders around here. Looks gross. Fish elves are just sushi for us. Love it. Yes. Sushi. Oh, could I paint them some sushi theme? How would I do that? Oh man. Fish elves, sushi fish elves. Huh. See, well, there's a lot of rice. It's white. Some fish. That's usually, well, that's the thing. They're all over. A lot of orange and yellows and reds usually in there. I mean, I guess I'm just gotta paint them fishy. What if instead of like a sea bed, it's a bed of rice that is the basing? That that'd be okay. I don't think that would be all right now that I think about it. Probably shouldn't do that. I don't know. I don't know. I did used to use rice. You can make little maggots out of them, and by make I mean just glue little grains of rice to your basing, and then it looks like a maggot. Hooray! Or a little buggy of some sort. It's pretty simple little basing effect. All you gotta do is just paint it a color that's contrasting to the ground, so it stands out. That's one of the things I love about Death Guard is they have a lot of contrasts because they are all so disgusting looking. And you got your browns and your greens, but you can like do bright pinks and purples on the grossy bits. It looks really cool. Oh, Aaron is moving things around right now. He's getting repositioned up here. Looks like he's going to be back in just a moment, swinging his camera around. Yeah, it's been a fun Saturday, folks. I've had a good time getting a lot of painting done, hanging out with Aaron. It's closest we're gonna get to hanging out for a while, so it's been fun. I'm enjoying this. Aaron's got a lot done here.
I'm back.
Yay! What's up, man?
I'm back and I'm all reset up.
All right. So what's next up? What do you got? What are you gonna do next?
All right. Well, next I'm going to finish up the bases for the duders so that I can just glue them on. I'm gonna get the duders and their bases done. Let's get the duders done. This is where it's gonna slow down real fast.
Yeah.
So I got the 6 40 mil sniper bases. That means I need 5 32 millimeter Reaver bases, so I gotta cut out 2 more of those, which means I have to open this drawer without pulling all the cameras down.
Uh-oh.
Mission accomplished.
There you go.
How many did I say I need? I need 2.
You got 6 eliminators, 5 reavers.
Yep.
And is that it?
Yep.
Okay. It's not bad.
Don't know what I'm going to do about the bases for the dreadnoughts. That's still a problem.
Maybe you can get the painting done on them, and then before you go to bed, find a file that you could cut MDF or whatnot, or 3D print.
I have the file.
Oh, you do have the file.
Okay. Yeah. I just have to turn it into a 65 mil or 80 mil base.
Gotcha. And would that be in laser cut?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, could you just go start that?
No, because I got to go into InDesign.
Okay.
I'm just gonna work on what I have for right now.
Sounds like a plan.
Work on what I have. And you know what's really exciting?
What is really exciting?
Now I get to drink my organic chocolate banana almond non-dairy beverage Kirkland brand.
Oh, how is that?
It's great when you can't have milk. And I get to have my little Asian, Japanese panda chocolate things.
Oh man, that sounds great.
And I have them because Costco ran out of Pocky.
How dare they?
So what I do for these bases, these are the Sector Mechanicus bases. And so they have like grating, and then they have pipes and stuff underneath. And so what I do is I pick gunmetal, red, blue, and black, and I paint the various different pipes one of those 4 colors, after the Xandri dust spray, and then I wash it in Vallejo Model Wash Black. It's literally just called Black, which is a very thick, crappy black. Um, and then I dab it. I dab it up with a paper towel, and it makes it look really gritty and dirty and gross and disgusting, and the silver still comes through as silver, and all these colors come through. And actually, the coolest thing is that the things that you paint black actually like really look. They give it a lot of depth because they have this black wash over them. You'd be like, why would you wash it black and paint black? It actually looks really good, and I've done that for. Here's the cool thing: I've done it for all of the bases of this entire army.
Yeah.
And I've done it for the Promethean pipes, and I'm gonna do it for the Sector Mechanicus that I have. Let's see if I can show this. Let me show his base on how good it looks. It's really not quite enough light to get to the base.
That's a Sector Mechanicus base?
Yeah.
That's a cool base.
And then, so in order to tie the ones in that aren't Sector Mechanicus, I use some of the Sector Mechanicus bits.
Nice. Okay, yeah. That makes sense.
The only models that are going to be based not on GW's Sector Mechanicus or Sector Mechanicus at all is the... What are the guys that jump and fly and shoot?
Is that Aggressors?
The Aggressors. The Aggressors, because I didn't like the way that their flying bases interacted with the Sector Mechanicus. Like, there was no good way to cover it without chopping the bottom of the flying thing off and drilling a bunch of holes. So those guys, I just did a really fine sand. But then still Xandri dust sprayed it and did the black wash on it. So they match in color, but they don't actually have any Sector Mechanicus like iconography on them. But it's fine. You really can't even tell when they're all together.
Sure.
And one of them actually has... I forgot that I had a second box of Sector Mechanicus. Like, I forgot that when I decided to make my army, I actually bought enough bases. The only mistake I made was that I didn't realize that they came with 65 instead of 80. So I had a second box, but I didn't realize I had a second box. So one Space Marine is on the Cathedral base set.
Cathedral base set. I don't know that one.
Yeah. So, like, you know how they have the church, the churches, the
Sisters Battle one?
No, just the general 40k temple.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so they have a base set that goes along with that matches that iconography.
Oh, okay.
But they had one that was really generic. It just looks like a piece of metal with a skull on it. And I was like, no one will know that's a different set.
Yeah.
They won't know.
No, it'll blend right in.
And actually, the base chunks that come with the Executioners also matches the Cathedral. It's the Cathedral base set.
Oh, okay. It's cool. Do you think you're going to do some sort of camo-y thing on the Executioners or whatever they're called?
No, definitely not.
No. Just get them done, huh?
Even if I wasn't just getting them done, I probably wouldn't. It's not as though I'm skipping a step that I would have done. I just probably would not have done it. But yeah, so I just go through silver first, then red, then blue, then black on each one of the bases. And then I wash it. And then some of them have lights and vents. The lights I do OSL yellow, and the vents I do OSL blue.
Nice. Sounds cool.
But I do that after the wash.
Sure, that makes sense. Do you do that by glazing or with an airbrush?
Nope, I do it with just 3 layer paints. The first one is with a brush, and the last 3 colors are with a dry brush. I just do dry brush OSL.
Okay, cool.
Works pretty well.
Nice.
Good enough. On the lights, I've started, because the yellow is so pale. Like, pale's the wrong word. The yellow is very opaque. So I put down Screaming Skull before I put down my first layer of Uriel yellow. And actually the Sotek green is a little bit opaque too.
Yeah.
So you could base that with another color if you wanted to really bring it out.
This blue seems to be a little splotchy. It's not consistent. Doesn't feel like.
Which blue?
This Night Haunt Gloom.
Hmm.
The technical paint. A ghosty.
Have you used Warp Lightning contrast?
Yes, I have. I could have used that. I have it right in front of me. I was so fixated on these technical paints that I didn't even think about that. Oh man, why didn't you tell me that like 45 minutes ago? Thanks, Aaron.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm never going to make a whole army of these guys. I just want them for Warcry. That's why I'm not going to spend a million hours painting every little wrench and pocket and doodad and who's its and what's its on their belts and all the little things on their helmets. No.
Oh, I can't see the chat. I need to reopen the chat. Shivan, I'm currently making web trash wound markers for my friends.
Weeb.
Oh, Weeb.
Jeez, you weeb.
Jeez,
Louise.
Hey, what's a weeb?
Ask Shivan.
Shivan, what's a weeb? I'm just kidding.
I think it's something that Shivan likes. Shivan's talked about weebs a lot. I think Shivan's going to give us some weebs in the Discord.
Oh.
He's going to leave some weebs.
That sounds great.
Yeah. All right. Ooh, should I do just the leaders green? Wait, did I already do the other leader? One leader, 2 later. Nah. People will be like, why is that one ghost green? And I'll be like, he's the leader. And they'll be like, all right. So, no. Do that. People are just going to be like, all right.
You're worried about what people be like.
I worry how people be sometimes.
So do you like dwarves?
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not like, oh man, dwarves are the best. Like, I know some folks that are like gung-ho about dwarves, and I'm just like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, they like digging and gadgets and gold.
But I mean, like, dwarves compared to elves.
Oh yeah, dwarves all the way. All the way.
What about orcs?
Orcs are cool. Yeah, I like orcs. They're all bestial and like all about just like smashing face. And then if you're talking about 40k orcs, it's kind of crazy that they're actually like collectively the most powerful psychers in the entire galaxy.
What about goblins?
Goblins, like gits. Yeah, they're fine. Yeah, I actually I like them because they're sneaky and their rationale for doing things is kind of funny. Like the reason, because there's like a reason for every warband to be in the was it Allspires or whatever for Warcry, and why they're there, and like why it will make sense that like non-chaosy people are there. And the Gits, the whole reason that they're there is they're looking for bottles. They're just looking for bottles to put all their like crazy potions that they get messed up on, and like bottles are a currency in the Goblin world. so they're kind of like treasure hunters, which I think is funny. So yeah, I'm all for them.
They're looking for bottles.
They're looking for bottles. Yeah.
I say that with derision, and then I instantly remember that in Fallout, I look for bottle caps.
I mean, you just were talking earlier about how you literally, when you go to stores, look for bottles.
That's true.
I mean, are you actually a Git? Is your Git name Little Aaron?
Uh-oh. Like, other than 40k orcs, there's no... I don't, like, fantasy creatures don't bother me. I prefer...
You don't like orcs? Is that what you're saying?
I don't like orcs in 40k. I don't.
Oh, yeah, because the comedic effect.
Yeah. I actually, like, I really like Greek and Cycladic and Roman.
So does that mean you like the new elves?
No, I mean...
Lumina?
I like the mixed creature human stuff. Lore.
Such as?
Centaurs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And
Minotaurs have always been one of my favorite mythical creatures of all time. I like them.
And griffins and those type of things.
Gotcha.
Which is why I really liked Arena Rex.
Yeah, I want to be able to play some Arena Rex. I got a bunch, but I don't know. I don't know if I should get rid of them or keep them and play them hopefully sometime. Josh was all about it until he beat Arena Rex.
Yeah, until he won the tournament.
Yeah. If you folks don't know the story, Josh got into Arena Rex, and within like 3 weeks, the Adepticon tournament happened. And
it was a little bit longer than that, but it was more like 6 months.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, he won the Adepticon tournament. He got the giant wooden sword, all that sort of stuff. And then he retired out. He was like, I'm going out on top.
But it, he won the way that, like Michael Jordan wins a title. You know what I mean? Where, like, Michael Jordan's like, oh, you need a 3-point at the last second. Let me tell you about how I'm going to do this 3-point shot and then do it. He didn't just win the tournament. You know what I mean?
No, he clubbed baby seals.
He smashed the tournament.
Yeah. He really, like, they're all like, this is a fun game. We get to play in a Coliseum. And, oh, look, we have to fight a lion, too. And he just comes in and be like, oh, you're going to have to fight more than that, suckers.
And he posted his list online to get feedback on it. And the person who came in second used his list.
Oh, yeah. He beat that person with his own list.
And Josh claims, no witnesses, but he claims that at the beginning of that match, he looked at the guy and he said, you know that you lost already. And the guy said, why? And he says, because I know that you got that list off of so-and-so website, and I'm the one who put it there.
I think I could see Josh saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being Josh's partner.
Yeah, because then you can play with him and then instead of against him.
He's ruthless, man.
He is, and he thinks up crazy lists.
I know, I don't understand how he does it. He's like, hey, Aaron, you want to play against my Tarox list? Sure.
9 Taroxes later.
It was like 13 Taroxes putting out 25 shots a turn with an infinite number of, like, it's just an unkillable wall.
Because they're a transport. But that rule's going away in 9.
That rule's gone. You can only take 1 transport for each troop choice.
Yep. Oh, so glad my buddy Keith gave me, was it 7 chimeras?
Did you ever play again? Did you ever see his orc truck list?
No, I don't think so.
He had an entire orc list that was 4 of the really big trucks and then a little transport truck for each one of the big trucks, and then the weird boy that gives you the invulnerability field.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And they all had wrecking balls and rockets.
So yeah, the invulnerability is a 5+ plus or
And
5++.
And I beat it.
And a
I beat
bubble.
it.
Yeah.
But only because I got a lucky roll and I blew up the one that had the invulnerable guy in it and then tri-pointed him. And then was able to take out the rest of the vehicles. But it was like... It's like one of those games where you know you shouldn't have won, right? And if you probably played it 5 more times, you wouldn't win.
Right. I gotcha. I'm in the middle of those, who are the guys? Not Tactics, Tabletop Titans.
Yeah.
So I am in the middle right now, the Death Guard versus Orc Bat Rep for 9th edition that they have going on. And I don't think that their points are anywhere near what they should be, though, to be honest, because they have way too much stuff on the table, in
They
my
have
opinion.
so much stuff on the table.
Yeah, but it's really cool watching the Orcs and what they're doing with like their bombing runs and just like how brutal and broken the Daka jets are.
Yeah. And then you just crash it.
Yeah. I think that's hilarious. That would be a fun list.
No, I really like those guys, and I think they're doing a lot of great stuff, and they're doing a lot of great work. But it feels like there's way too many points on the table.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out in another week or so.
I mean, Josh says that the points have already been leaked, but I haven't seen anything. The only thing that I saw that was leaked was the points for the Indominus box set.
Yeah, I didn't even see those. I think I knew that they and
that's not a leak because that's not a point change because there's no maybe I guess the Necron Warriors you might be able to guess what's going to happen with everybody else because of the points of the Necron Warriors, but if points go up by 2/3, then
is that what Necron Warriors went up?
I don't know. I haven't looked. I'm just saying, that would be a big deal for the number of models that are going to be on the table. That's all I'm saying.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. It's the same. It's just I don't know how much you're going to be able to take. I mean, I don't think that you're going to be taking big blobs of stuff anymore. That's going to eat up a huge chunk of your army.
No, I don't agree. I think that big blobs are going to be really, really important. Here's why. Because I think it's going to take more... I think what's going to happen is it's going to take 2 to 3 turns to chew through a big blob. And so think about it this way: if it's if it's 5 points for holding one objective, 5 points for holding a second objective, and another 5 points for holding more objectives than your opponent, then you use 2 big blobs to hold 2 objectives, getting 10 points, and you use an elite squad to contest or take the 3rd objective, and then you get max primary mission points by turn 3. And then at the end of turn 3, it doesn't matter that your blobs are gone or died because you've already maxed out, right? Now you can just move up with smaller squads and still contest those. Okay. And you can work on your secondaries. So a big blob only has to survive for turn 2, 3, and 4, or even just 3 and 4 or 4 and 5 to get your 15 points. Because you're capped at 45. You can't get 15 times 5. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Which means that things don't have to survive.
I see. I can see that. I guess I always take things perspective of Death Guard player, and taking 20 Plague Marines would be ridiculous, I think, just to me.
Sure, 20 Plague Marines, but what about 20 Pox Walkers?
Yeah, oh no, definitely I could see taking 20 Pox Walkers. And using their cool new, was it a pregame strat or whatever? Allows them to come up from the ground.
Exactly, onto an objective or something, and there's there's your 15 points. Because if you can contest one, everyone's talking, hold 3 versus 1. It's like, you don't need to hold 3. You need to hold 2 and contest 1, and that gives you max points. Because it's 5 points for 1, 5 points for 2, 5 points for holding more. So, and then the secondaries are really important, specifically having models in each table quarter, 6 inches outside of the middle, right? Wholly within each quarter. But the thing is, you don't actually have to hold all 4 quarters. If you hold all 4 quarters, you get whatever the max point is. But if you only hold 3 quarters, then you get like 2 points instead of 3. So that's still a lot of points.
I see. All right.
So like you can see here like how cringy and goopy and how like it pulls out the colors like nicely.
Yeah, that's cool. That looks good.
And it contrasts the purple and the blue really nicely. Like it's a good.
I can see that. Yep.
It's a good like base scheme, which is why I didn't go with the Xanathol. The Vaporwave, just because it was too matchy. It means that all the pipes and all the bases and everything were gonna match.
I think it's really funny that you're so on the Vaporwave train.
Now that I am,
I
seeing
introduced you to
I
it?
see it everywhere. It's everywhere. It's like every YouTube intro. Like everybody's on Vaporwave. Vaporwave is back.
It has been for close to a year there, buddy.
Sure, I just did not notice.
Yeah, you just did not notice.
But I'm really happy about it.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I dig it. I had thoughts of the Vaporwave Necrons.
Oh.
I think Vaporwave Tau would look the best. Like, it would totally have that right vibe, in my opinion.
Like, what about just Vaporwave carapaces on NIDS?
Yeah, I still want to do the color shift on some mids. That's my ideal.
Yeah. I gotta change my paint water soon. It's getting.
I need to do the same.
It's getting real colorful.
And this guy just broke off his flight stand. Flight stands are the worst.
All right. Well, let's keep chunking away. Is this dry yet? I think so. Could be a little drier. I just really want to see how this looks.
Michael Jordan was the guy from Space Jam. That is correct, Shivand.
Oh my god.
Looking good there?
Oh, I love it so much. Oh my god.
Scooch that tank a little bit back so the head's down. Top down. Looks good. There we go. Yeah.
Let's I don't know how to get it in frame.
I think the top down, it's a little bit, I'm guessing a little bit more vibrant than it is on the
Here, I'm gonna
front facing.
switch to the front facing.
Yeah. Yeah, man. It's looking good.
I mean, I got to do all the detail work on the top, but that blue is what's going on, and it's magnetized.
Hooray!
That's really exciting. All right, but I don't actually want to work on the tank right now. What I want to work on is the troopy troops.
Troopy troops. Oh man. Do I dare put a little zip kicker on here so I don't have to hold it anymore, even though I still need to paint it?
Do you not use zip kicker?
I don't like to use zip kicker once I already have paint down.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
I might do this. Instead of spritzing, I'm just going to take a little bit from down here. Just go down.
Okay. So, we need
glue in the right place. It's frustrating.
Does that mean you have to start the whole thing over?
Whole thing, time to burn it to the ground. No, it means I just need to scrape off some paint, or some glue, I mean, that dried. Then need to do another dab of glue.
I'm painting butts.
Butts.
Oh, my neck.
Whew. Zip kicker, man. You don't want that bottle to be open long.
Nope. Nope.
Feels like it just zip kicked my brain a little bit. Whew. Where's the lid? Where'd the lid go? Oh, it's tightened. All right. Good
I
enough.
wish that they, like, we should design a different zip kicker lid and kickstart it so that you don't have to unscrew it every time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or use a little spray that just blasts it all over.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It needs to be like just a very light but concentrated stream. Like, you want it to be focused, but you don't need a squirt. You need just like a mist.
Or a drip. A really little drip.
How about just a pipette?
It's not a bad idea. Oh, wow.
Huh.
His gun that I glued on dramatically moved after I glued it on.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's funny.
Did you use... Oh, you use super glue, right? You didn't
Yeah.
use plastic glue?
I use super glue. It's okay. It's not too bad. It's just definitely... It looks like it's hanging on with a thread instead of like fastened to his belt.
Okay. Doesn't seem ideal.
Well, he wasn't the most prepared. He was late. He was still in the shower. He didn't get it through both belt loops, you know what I mean?
I see, yeah. No one told him. Looks dorky with it hanging there off of one.
Yeah. He's like, I like it flopping around.
Yeah.
So
Like, no, you don't, Steve. You just forgot again. Try and pull that shit off.
How funny would it be if the meta is immediately old school Marines and Scouts and Thunderfire cannons
And rhinos.
and Rhinos and Razorbacks? I'd be fine. I'd just take my Grey Ultra back out and crush you.
Yeah, who knows?
It'd just be like it'd be like a Primaris Lieutenant is what you get, is what you need.
It's always a Primaris lieutenant.
Honestly, I don't know why they did Primaris. I don't know why they didn't just make Space Marines twice as big. I don't understand.
They probably felt that they had to update the actual aesthetics.
Yeah, but I'm saying they could have just updated the aesthetics.
But yeah, that's what they are, though, right? They're updated aesthetics that are true scale, or ish.
True scale.
They're a larger scale.
No, but they're actually different. In the lore, Primaris Space Marines are not Space Marines.
Right, I get that. So if they did that, they would have to scale up the rest of the game, right? If suddenly
no, they could have just said that Space Marines were always made slightly too small, and everything else is not. Anyways.
I think that they also want to push people away from having giant bags of bits, so they buy new stuff.
Well, yeah, I'm saying they still would make the Primaris Marines. I still would be painting these. I just wouldn't be calling them Primaris. I would be calling them Space Marines.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. I don't know. I think it's all marketing to do something new.
I don't like it. I'm a curmudgeon.
And yet, you're painting them.
I love them so much. They're my babies. It's like, I really like the new bikes, except I'm going to rip their wheels off.
Hey, man. I hear you. I mean, they look cool, other than the fact that they have wheels. Like, was that necessary? If you're on a battlefield in the far future, don't you want something that can't, like, get stuck in a hole?
If you're on the we'll just take horses, man. Why don't we have horses? They could have horses.
Space horses.
Yeah. They're with armor. Could you imagine? Oh my god, a Space Marine horse with Space Marine armor. I really want it. I'm going to make them space horses.
That would be pretty funny. You made Primaris scale horses.
Oh my god.
That'd be better than bikers.
It really would. Nobody who's listening, nobody gets to take that idea. Shivan.
No, but point us to where we can find some big ass horses.
Don't you do it. I used Zip Kicker once, and it stripped the paint off the Mini. Never used it again. Shivan, listen to me. Listen to me. The Space Horse idea is my idea. It's mine.
I mean,
It has,
was it you that came up with it?
yeah.
All right.
There definitely were not space horses on Pandora. That's for sure.
On Pandora?
In Avatar.
In Avatar?
Yeah, there were not space horses there.
There weren't?
No. This is my idea.
Oh. I see, yeah. Uh-huh. Avoid that whole copyright thing. I get you. Yeah,
Yes.
wink, wink. Oh, okay. Getting close with these. Just have a couple.
I mean, Avatar is just a bad version of Fern Gully anyways, so...
Oh, man, Fern Gully. Man, it's been forever, like probably 30 years since I've seen Fern Gully, but I recall there's some pretty sad and spooky parts in it for kids.
It's identical to... every single thing that happens in Avatar is plot point for plot point in Fern Gully.
Yeah, where's unobtainium, huh? Yeah. Broke down your whole theory right off the bat.
I mean, but they're mining the forest for its resources.
They're cutting down trees.
Shut up.
They're mining the forest.
Yeah, that's cutting down trees is mining the forest. You know what, Aaron?
What?
James Cameron is a national treasure.
Really?
And he lost the submarine battle.
Did he? How do you lose the submarine battle?
Him and some other guy.
Elon Musk, probably.
No, it wasn't Elon Musk. Wanted to be. I might have to Google this just to make double sure. Wanted to be the person to go the deepest in the ocean ever in like a pod.
Okay. Sounds like a plan. That goes horribly wrong.
And James Cameron got all about that with Titanic, right? Like,
Yep.
He got obsessed with what he was doing with Titanic.
Yep.
And he had all this press about him doing it, and he built this pod, and then, like, some other billionaire came out of nowhere and was just like, yup, I did it first.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And then apparently, I don't know if this is true either, but Aladdin and Fern Gully were supposed to come out at the same time. And Tom Hanks, what's his name? Passed away. Really funny. Was in
Robin
Mrs.
Williams?
Robin Williams. Robin Williams signed a contract with Disney that they were not allowed to, like, use him to market the movie, and that he got to do his passion project, which was Fern Gully. Apparently, Disney wasn't too happy about that, so they kept trying to shut Fern Gully down by doing things like buying the studios where Fern Gully was supposed to do their voice acting.
Really?
Yeah, and doing all sorts of stuff.
That's super petty.
Super duper duper petty.
Like buying a company just to piss people off for their audio tracks?
So that they couldn't go record their audio tracks. And apparently, like, I don't know, he went and had some meeting with Disney, and he was like, well, you said that you weren't going to use my likeness for advertising anything other than the movie, and here's an advertisement where you used me as Genie to sell, like, hats or something. And he goes, so that violates my contract, so you can no longer show the movie Aladdin. And then they backed off and let Ferngully happen. Supposedly.
How did he know his voice wasn't used for a commercial?
No, he knew that it was used for a commercial.
Then why did he do it in the first place?
Because his contract said that they can't use his voice for a commercial.
So he did a commercial because he knew that his contract said that he couldn't?
They took his lines from the movie. And put it into a commercial. They took him as the Genie. And instead of just marketing the movie, they marketed a product.
Right. Okay. So they then used that leverage so they could go do Ferngully. But the movie wasn't out yet?
They both came out at the same time.
I thought you said they were supposed to come out at the same time.
Well, they were in production at the same time or whatever. I don't know how movie stuff works like that.
You don't?
No. They both. I think they both came out the same year.
Okay.
You can look it up. Somebody look it up. Shivin!
No one's gonna look it up.
Look it up.
The movies have been out for 20 years. No one cares anymore.
There was Space Horses in Disney's Star Wars. Shit. There was Space Horses in Star Wars. Damn it.
Oh, man. I mean, if we're really going to go do that, Heavy Metal had Space Horses. That old magazine, then movies. So, I mean, it's nothing's...
No, listen. I'm not saying Space Horses. I'm saying Space Marine Horses. It's different.
Right.
It's different.
So are they horses in Space Marine armor?
Yes. Exactly.
There you go.
That Space Marines ride on instead of bikes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on the same page. I'm down for that.
Okay.
If you're going to ride bikes with wheels, you might as well just hop on a horse.
With a helmet. Except the sergeant horse, of course, doesn't wear a helmet.
Right.
Isn't there some, like, famous movie where the guy, like, gets shot? It's like a World War II movie, and he gets shot in the head, and he's wearing a helmet, and it pings off his helmet, and he takes his helmet off and looks at the ping, and then gets shot in the head while he's looking at his helmet.
I want to say that was Saving Private Ryan.
Is it?
I feel like it.
That's just what I think about every single time I see a model without a helmet on.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and for me, it's like they're probably on some other planet. Nope. Planets have the same atmosphere.
Well, but, you know, Primaris Space Marines have 13 lungs and 9 hearts, and they breathe 5 different types of gas.
All right. I forgot about that.
I think.
The redundant organs that also anticipate foreign worlds that I've never even been on.
Well, we all live in a simulation, so.
Yeah, I guess so. We must.
Dear simulation god, please end COVID. Can we stop this part of the simulation?
The simulation got a virus. I don't think so.
Simulation not fun.
Who said simulations were supposed to be fun?
I don't know. Me.
Someone else was like, no, we're going to make a terrifying simulation instead. Joke's on you fools. Yeah, you thought things couldn't get any worse. Well, guess what? Bam, brand new disease or virus. Anyways, how are you working over there?
I mean, I'm going, but I don't think I'm gonna get 2 tanks, 2 walkers, and 11 guys done In 2 hours. We'll see.
In 2 hours? What time? It's already after 10?
Yeah.
My goodness. All right. Well, that just means we both got to pick up the pace.
Well, I don't want to do it badly. I'm not interested in painting bad miniatures.
Well, then, why are you doing the stream all day? Oh!
Ouch. Ouch. How long have I been streaming for? We picked back up at 8:30, right? So it's been an hour and a half.
Yep.
It's a
Sounds
long.
about right.
It's a long time.
Can't believe it went by that fast.
I know. I mean, I actually feel really good. Like, I feel like I know for a fact that all of these guys plus the tank in that box will be complete before the Indominus box set arrives. I know that for sure.
Nice.
The question is, like, will I want to paint another Space Marine at the time that happens, or will I have moved on to Gene Stealers?
You really want to do the Gene Stealers, huh?
Yeah, I think they're so cool, and most of my Gene Stealers are custom.
Oh, are they? Are they built already?
Yeah, they're built and primed.
Oh.
Oh no, actually they're not primed, which means I can contrast paint them. The vehicles are not built because the new vehicles I haven't built yet.
The like motorcycles and stuff.
The motorcycles, the buggy, and the truck.
That's right, they had their own buggy. You're gonna be able to do like buggy wars here soon. Orcs, Gene Stealers, and Primaris.
I have to say the orc buggies and planes are starting to sway me to liking orcs.
Yeah, their stuff looks super fun.
Oop. Dog go bark, but I can't go check on him.
That is definitely not Shiva.
Nope, that's Moxie. Probably means she wants to go outside, go to the bathroom.
Shiva's a little yip yip.
Oh, we had a serious conversation as to whether Shiva was going to stay downstairs with me for the week.
Oh my gosh, she would have gone insane.
Yeah. But she might go insane anyways because she loves me. She welcomes
No,
me.
I was gonna say you would go insane.
Oh no, I love Shiva.
Really?
I just want to murder her when she won't stop barking.
Yeah. Seems like all the time.
Only when she's hungry, happy, angry, confused, sleeping, or awake.
So not all the time?
And she's Adam's best friend now.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Did he walk around with sausages in his pockets
That's
for a week?
exactly what I did. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. I'm like, do you want Sheba to love you forever? And he's like, yes. I'm like, put dog food in your pocket. And then give her a treat just randomly every now and again. And now she's like, oh my god, Adam is the greatest person that's ever lived.
Seems like a good way to get something to love you. Showering it in treats occasionally.
Especially when that thing all it wants is treats. Oh man, I really love this sniper that's like leaning down, reaching for another ammo. Oh, I love this one. I love it, I love it, I love it. Except the hand is in the way of making painting the bag really easy.
Shivan, yeah, Saving Private Ryan. Uh-huh.
Oh, he confirms. Did you confirm?
Yep. Opening scene. And it's just using us as background noise. Good call.
Thanks. What is it? It said showering us with treats, and then I had to push a button. And then I pushed the button, and I don't know what happened.
Well, what happened?
Did you make me do something bad to the stream?
I didn't make you do anything.
Shivan. I'm talking about Shivan.
Oh yeah, it was probably all Shivan. It was Shivan's fault for sure.
Ugh, Shivan. I'm running out of steam, man.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What have you gotten done right now? Where are you at?
I have a mouthful of chocolate banana shake. I almost have all of the bags done for all the troops.
Okay. Seems like some progress.
Ugh.
Getting stuff done.
But I'm getting lazy and my paint is getting floppy.
That's the problem with having a bunch of other project work to do before you actually get to painting, is by the time you get to the painting, you're tired. That's why what I usually do is when I start, like, I like when I'm hobbying in the evening, after work, I'll try and do some painting first until my eyes start to go a little crosshair. And then that's when I break out the knives and start putting things together and cutting things off the sprues, which might not be the best idea, wielding knives when my eyes start to go just a little blurry. But so far I've kept all of my digits.
No, I think that makes sense. Like, it's definitely easier to... Wow, I have to change my water because I can't mix this water because it's too blue. I'll be right back. I'm going to change my water.
Oh my goodness. This guy was not prepared, was he? Anyways, so what do I got? I got, after this one, oh man, I only have 2 more to paint blue. All right. It's all right. I don't know how I feel about this, but again, I'm going to get them done. And it's not going to be that big of a deal. Who knows how much I'll like these guys? Maybe I'll play them once. Maybe I'll play them 3 times. Maybe they'll sit on the shelf forever because it's damn COVID. I'll never get them on the table again. No, that's not what it's going to be. That's silly. We're going to be able to play games together again soon, right? It's the hope. I'll get the vaccine and then playing games. Boom. Looks like Aaron's got some fresh water. Got hopefully some more steam. Once I get these guys done, I'm going to take a quick break. I've been slathering blue here for what, an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's a little silly. It's a whole lot of blue, man. I'm just smearing this stuff on. Yeah. All right. Then I got, what am I painting next? So I got Ghost Pirates here. Oh, Skaven. Skaven's up next. Skaven, since, brown furs and whatnot, I was thinking what's going to look good with the brown furs. And I'm thinking like electrics or a like very bright blue. I think that would look cool. It's their primary color. Welcome back, Aaron. Did you get your water?
I did. It's clear.
Hooray!
Hooray for clear water.
It's the good stuff. So are you readjusting your thoughts of what you're going to accomplish tonight? Or are you still going to getting at least all the dudes painted?
Like, I really, really, really want to get one of these tanks painted.
Okay.
I mean, all the guys are getting done for sure. That's happening.
Tonight?
Tonight, yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And they're getting glued on their bases, and they're getting put on the display.
Hooray! That's awesome.
Whether or not I get the other stuff done, I don't know. I mean, I just like, you guys can't really see it, but this like blue on top of the purple, it looks so good, dude.
It looks good.
It looks so good. and I sort of did it as I didn't do the blue all around, so I still have the black undershadows, you know.
Okay.
Um,
What you need to do tomorrow is break out your little photo booth thingy, take a bunch of great pictures and post them to the Discord hobby chat channel so we can all see what you did.
Maybe tomorrow I'll do a Patreon only live stream.
Patreon only live stream. And you could do the wiring of the tank. Oh wait, you don't have the solder. Never mind.
I don't have the solder. I wish I had the solder. Shivan, send me solder.
You could probably, if you went on to Amazon right now, you'd probably get next day solder.
That seems like a lot of work.
Really? Seems pretty easy to me. I mean, I don't feel Amazon can make it any easier for them to take your money.
I'm trying to think of a way that they can make it easier. There's got to be a way they can make it easier.
I mean, they made a button that you can push just to reorder soap. I don't think that they can make things easier.
Fair point. Fair point.
Like, someone was like, it's too difficult for me to open my smartphone app and add soap to that. I just want to push a button once a month to order me new soap.
What does that mean? I don't know what you're talking about. What's a soap button?
There's those buttons that they did at Amazon for like Tide or whatever. All sorts of different like products that you go through and need to replenish. That you just stick somewhere, and when you need more of it, you push the button and it orders it, and then it shows up at your house.
Interesting.
Yeah, a lot of it was like centered around of like, hey, have this button in your laundry room or out in your garage, so when you're getting low on something, just tap it and boom.
I know how Amazon can make my life easier.
How? Okay, let's hear
I
it.
got it. Amazon could do a statistical analysis of everything that I buy and then make a custom monthly subscription for me that anticipates my average estimated usage and then replenishes precisely what I need every month.
Got it. So Shivan, real quick, you got that? Record that. Let's put it to Amazon real fast. Let's cut Aaron out of this. I think that's a moneymaker, and it's on the web now. So let's do this. He gave it away. Let's go talk to Bezos and be like, bro,
Listen,
want to make some real monies? I got this guy who just told you exactly how to make more monies, and he'll give you more monies just for the thing that he thought of that can make it so that it's easier for him to keep more monies. He'll fall for his own fucking ploy.
listen, I can't laugh right now. I'm doing detail work.
All right, we'll bring this back down. No one wants to laugh right now.
Nobody wants to laugh ever again.
No.
Why do snipers have we have camo cloaks, but we have bright shiny gold things on our body?
Oh, Shivan says George is open, so he's been playing no problem.
What does that mean, George is open?
Open for business, man.
Oh.
You know, people are back out there. They're tossing dice. They're breathing on each other's models. They're huffing the same Cheeto air. That's what we do at game stores, right? We huff Cheeto air.
I feel like I only want to eat Cheetos when I'm painting, and I know that that's the worst possible time to eat Cheetos. I'm always like, what snack do I want for while I'm painting? Cheetos!
Shimmy crickets. It's like I'm at a funeral, but I really want some Slurpee soup.
Oh my god, I want a Slurpee. Oh man, I haven't had a Slurpee in so long.
I went last year to Slurpee Day where they gave away free Slurpees. Um, and obviously they did not do that this year because they don't want because there was such a line. Like it was crazy the number of people that just wanted a free Slurpee.
It's not. Yeah. The only time I ever really get Slurpees was at the movie theaters.
Really at the movies?
Yeah, because they got the Slurpee machines.
Yeah, I was never super into Slurpees. Get it every once. I mean, they were fun out in Arizona because they would help cool you off a little bit.
They're too sweet, man. They're way too sweet.
Yeah, we had EGs out there.
What's EG's?
It's like a Subway with a Orange Julius kind of.
Ah,
So you get your sandwiches, and then they also have what they call an EG, which is just a frozen drink. Um, what was it? Orange base? I can't remember the flavors that they had for it, but that was a common fast food chain out in Arizona.
I never heard of it. I know Wawa out on the East Coast. I love Wawa out on the East Coast.
Yeah.
Have you ever had Wawa?
Don't think so. No.
Wawa is like a 7-Eleven, except instead of having aisles, it just has like automated dispensers of stuff. And then they have a really great sandwich station that makes Philly cheesesteaks and grinders and stuff. It's just, it's like the perfect gas stop food.
Huh. Yeah, I don't think I've heard of that.
When we were driving through France, we stopped at a gas station and I had an egg sandwich that was handmade by the gas station attendant that
Really?
I think is the best egg sandwich I've ever had in my life, and I'm just like, France. How does France have people that are gas station attendants who are also master egg sandwich makers? Like,
I don't know. I mean, isn't that like the trick for New Orleans is to go to the gas stations for your po' boys?
yeah, but that's because they're garbage. That's because you're eating garbage.
But
I mean, I love, don't get me wrong, I love it. They're great. But it's not like, I'm talking about like somebody like making the perfect fried egg, like the type of egg that you would expect to see at like a fancy restaurant. You know what I mean? Not taking a whole bunch of catfish and dumping it into a deep fryer and then smacking it onto a bun.
hey, don't diss some people's art.
Listen, New Orleans poor boys are one of my favorite sandwiches in the entire world. I
They're in
literally,
the top 100, right?
definitely, I literally dream about them. Particularly one that I had at the back of a grocery store. Um, Not the same artistry that I'm talking about.
Mm. All right, fair enough.
Sorry, no disrespect, but not the same.
Talking about this food makes me hungry.
All I've had is one freshly to eat today.
What'd you have?
A freshly, it's
What's
like
that?
it's like the pre-prepared meals that aren't frozen. They're just refrigerated.
Oh, okay. So what did you have?
It was like chicken with whole grain pasta and mushy peas.
Mushy peas?
Yeah, it's like when you
You mean mush peas?
have you ever been to Nando's?
Mm, I don't think so.
Uh, Mushy peas is like it's peas, but it's
Uh-huh.
but they're like mixed with spices and usually like some herbs and whatnot, and they're smashed up a little bit. They're not perfectly pea shape,
Gotcha. Okay.
so they're mushy peas.
Right.
It was really good. Freshly's excellent.
Cool. And you've only had one of those meals. That's it.
I had a large cup of coffee, and now I've had a chocolate banana almond shake and a big bowl of candy.
I mean, it sounds like a balanced diet to me.
It's not my typical diet.
After I finish this model, which I'm about to be done in a moment, I am going to take a quick break and get some water and rinse my water cup here, and then I'll be back.
I don't know if I can go on without you.
Just pretend you're the lady from Titanic and I'm Jack. You'll be fine. Give you all my love and you push me off a door. And then you're fine.
Listen, there wasn't room. There was not room. It's impossible. All right. Go have fun.
Well, I gotta finish this.
Oh. I'm not going to get... I don't know if I think I might have to be done. I'm losing it.
You're losing it? I thought you just like 10 minutes ago were like, oh, I'm definitely going to get all these guys done.
I know, but now that was a long time ago.
That was like 10 minutes ago.
That was a long time ago.
Oh my goodness. So are you done?
I think I'm going to have to call it.
All right.
So when you finish that guy, I'm going to brushes down.
Brushes down. All right. I'm almost done here. So that at least gets me. So what did I do today? Well, I mean, I started off this morning. First thing, I primed my rats. And then I based all of my Caradron Overlords and primed them. Xenothaled the rats while I was priming the dwarves. And now I have the spooky coat on the dwarves. I wonder if I should give these guys probably a dry brushing tomorrow. Let them dry tonight. And then paint the bases. Do some water effects. That might take a little while.
I've never done water effects.
I don't know. Oh, and then I got to put the rust effects on the metally bits that I want to. Can't forget the metally bits. See, done. There. Almost there.
Oh yeah, I have too many more colors to do.
All right. I think get around his neck a little.
And I'm starting to make mistakes, and I don't want to make mistakes.
Yeah, all right. Well, you got a lot done today.
Dude, I got a huge amount done today.
Yeah. It's fun. I had a lot of fun. It's nice getting a hobby with you.
Absolutely. All right.
It was nice just... All right,
yeah. Putting my brush down and putting my jar of paint in between the models so I know where I left off.
There you go.
Clean my brush.
I'm just looking for those little crevices right now. Call this guy. Oh. There's a spot. All right. He's done. He's done, Jim.
So let's see. I assembled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 guys. I did 11 bases. I primed and airbrushed both colors onto everything that's left. And then I got the troops half painted with the details. And I think that I can definitely finish this up tomorrow.
Cool. Very cool.
This is the only... I mean, there is still this scary box.
What's in the scary box?
All of the different various bits for...
Oh, for the tank?
For the tank and the walkers.
Okay.
And they're all magnetized. Right. So it's every single variant. Oops, this one was supposed to get painted purple. I'm gonna have to hand paint that one. So I have to do all of that, and all of those pretty much have to be. I guess I could airbrush them gunmetal.
Yep.
I might have to like pin them and airbrush them gunmetal.
That might be a good idea. I'll crank through those a little bit faster.
But this thing is looking amazing.
Yeah, that does look cool.
Like, I'm just really, really liking the colors on this. And this is almost done. Like, I gotta do the washes on the treads, I gotta do some of the details, I gotta do the lights and all of the OSL for the lights, and then I gotta do all the details for the top of the tank. It's gonna be. Okay, let's look at one more thing.
All right. What do you got?
Hold on. Let's put the blue weapon turrets in it
Okay.
so that we can see. Alright. I'm gonna have to move you over, troops. Alright, so it holds 3 weapon turrets,
Okay.
which I painted the same color as the big turret.
Looks like you're sliding bottle caps in there.
So it's gonna look. Go inside. There we go. So it's gonna look like that.
Yeah, see? It's all coming together. That does look super cool.
And they all still move.
Yep.
And then all that stuff that's in the box, the scary box, can just get magnetized. Boop. Right onto it.
Look at that.
Boop.
Fits like a glove. Nice, man. That's going to be super awesome.
It is going to be super awesome. Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. That was
man.
unexpected, I have to say, but I very much appreciate it. I hope you all thank you for joining us. Shivan, thank you so much for joining us. I'm sorry that we will no longer be your background noise, but I hope to see you again soon and maybe one day in person. As always, remember to like and subscribe, hit that bell button so you never miss an update. Take your patronage to the next level by joining our Patreon, which lets you join our Discord, which will let Shivan wean you? Wean? Is that what it's called? Weaning?
Weeb.
It's going to let Shivan weeb you, which I hope is okay.
I think it's legal in most states.
Hopefully so. And as always, remember, we'll see you on the...
Tabletop?
Close. Good enough. Bye.
Bye.
Board Game Maniacs. Yes, it is a nice gradient on the tank, and unfortunately we are signing off now because I've been doing this for a very long time.
So, see ya, Board Game Maniacs.
Bye.